Hey everyone, I hope you're all doing well. So, Actraiser Renaissance came out 2 days ago now, at the time of me recording this at least. This is a remake of the first game, which makes a lot of sense, because if they remade the second game, I don't think anybody would ever want that. Unless they, added fun back into the second one, then, maybe somebody would want it. But they didn't. They remade the first one, which is great because the first one was awesome. And I think they added enough to this one to make it kind of stand out. And most of what they added, I think, is really great. I'll talk about some stuff that probably wasn't needed in the game. But for the most part, this is a really great game. So there are probably some people who don't know what Actraiser is. Well, there's definitely a lot of people that don't know what it is, but fair enough. So this was a game on the Super Nintendo, and it combined kind of like an action platformer with a SimCity type game. And for whatever reason, these two genres worked really well in that game. It was just a lot of fun to play. You would have the first act where you would do the side-scrolling platforming stuff, you'd fight a boss. Then the second act, you would be building up your city and sealing off like these demonic gates. And then the third act, you would go fight another boss again, and that would kind of clear the area so you can move on to the next area and do the same thing again. And it was just a really great package. It had been a while since I played the first one, but from what I remember, they did a really good job of recreating the first level here. It's a little bit different, but for the most part, it's pretty much the same. I like the graphics a lot. I think they're pretty good. Some of the enemies tend to kind of blend in, because, some of them are just small little insects, and that got a little bit annoying for me. Also, I'm not very good at platformers. And I was using the Switch controller, so I had the two Joy-Cons. And I should have probably used the Pro controller, because that would have made this a lot easier. That being said, I think the controls are pretty good. Every time I got hit, it was mostly my own fault. But yeah, it was pretty good. I don't ever remember Actraiser being known for platforming, or being known as a good platformer. It was really the combination of the platforming and the city building that really made the game stand out. So here we are on the map screen, and you've got your little angel, and you direct where you want the city to develop. It's pretty simple, and honestly it's a lot of fun. There was a few things that they added to this, and I'm kind of okay with them, but I don't know. I think the part where you actually go and seal the gate, seal the demonic gates, I don't think that's really needed. I thought it was perfectly fine in the original, where you just, moved the people there and they start sealing it automatically. I don't think that you really needed to jump in there and fight. Well, I'll show that a little bit later. I think they added a lot to the cutscenes, obviously updating the graphics from the Super Nintendo stuff, and they also added in a hero character to the levels, so that was kind of interesting, and it made the dialogue a lot better. You meet one of the guys who used to be the king of that particular area back when I guess this was a bunch of kingdoms, and he helps you along the way, and he kind of participates in some of the fighting and that sort of thing. It's pretty different, but it's a lot of fun, and it still works well within the context of the game. It's not like they just sort of shoehorned this in and it doesn't make any sense. It was something that they added that makes the game a little bit better, in my opinion. They also did a good job of kind of explaining why the hero doesn't help them or doesn't want to help them sealing up the demonic gates. This is actually the part that I don't like, where you seal up the demonic gates. I don't think this is really needed. So when the people get there, they start to seal the gate. You'll get an announcement saying that they found a bunch of orbs, and you need to go there and go back to the side-scrolling action stuff and seal the gate for them. Or at least defeat these orbs so that you can actually, do stuff. Or at least so you can advance the game. I don't really think this part is necessary. Like, it's just 30 seconds of you hacking and slashing. It's really not needed in the game, to be honest. So let's jump back to the hero really quick. The thing that they added, which I honestly didn't know I wanted in the game, but now that it's here, it's kind of cool. They added like a real-time strategy part. So the demons will kind of like mass up and attack your settlement, and you don't go into the side scroller, you stay in like the top-down city view. And you have to build fortifications, and you can kind of build like little roadblocks to funnel them around and whatnot, funnel the demons around. And there are two ways to kind of fight the demons off. You can move the hero around, and he acts as like your only real unit, honestly. And you also can build like arrow towers, and those will fight the demons for you. You can also set up like temporary palisades, like I mentioned, and they will kind of move the enemies into a specific area that you want, where you can use like your miracle powers and so on and so forth. These parts are pretty fun. They kind of happen a bit too much for me, but they are pretty fun. I didn't really mention the miracle powers too much, and I should probably get into that here. So you have a bunch of different miracles that allow you to interact with the environment and everything. Mostly in the first one you use lightning, just because I guess that's just the way it works. You use that to destroy bushes and rocks and that sort of thing. Later on you use it to like clear away desert. You'll use rain, you'll put out fires of rain as well. You cause an earthquake later on to basically expand one of the islands so that they can move and actually fight off a lot of the enemies that are coming after them. And then, you use wind as well, which makes a bunch of windmills turn later on. It's just a lot of fun. This is a great game. I'm glad that it was remade. This is a series I thought that was never coming back. And now that it's back, I'm pretty happy with it. Anyway, guys, let me know what you think in the comments below, and have a great day, everybody.